guys, I'm back with hopefully better production quality. So after my little fiasco last week, I figured I needed some help. So I have got my very talented 9-year-old daughter, Orly, helping me to shoot this. So we'll see. I bet she does a better job than I could do on my own. Right, Orly?
Hi. Hi, I'm Orly, and I hope you're gonna like the video that I'm shooting for my mom. Wish us luck.
Okay, so today we are going to make something that we have been loving around this house, and I don't know, for lack of a better word, we're calling it black magic cake because it like puts a spell on you. You can't stop eating it, and in fact we've put it in the garage fridge at times only to catch several of us out there with a spoon eating it because it's even better the next day. And the best thing is we're gonna make this in the microwave. So it's super quick and it is just the perfect little dessert you wanna curl up with a good movie and eat out of a bowl with some ice cream. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is get out a pie plate. So I'm just using, I think it's probably like a 10-inch pie plate. You could use a bowl or you could use a glass pie plate, whatever you have. And then we wanna spray it with a little baking spray. Just like that, because it's such a rich and fudgy cake, it also gets a little sticky. So you just want to make sure that you have greased that well, just like that. Yes.
Mom, it's not good because you're looking at that camera, and then you just see looking down, and it's really weird.
Mommy, don't look at the second camera. Okay, I'm not looking at the second camera. I'm coming right here. I'm
Yes.
focused.
Perfect.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so we're gonna put this aside. And then we're gonna mix up our dry ingredients. We're gonna start with half a cup of cocoa powder. This is unsweetened cocoa powder. It's a lot of cocoa powder, I will definitely be honest. But this is what makes it really rich and fudgy. Then we're also gonna add 2/3 cup of all-purpose flour. In it goes. So I know that flour is like really hard to get right now, so that's sort of why I like this recipe. It doesn't use a lot. It's totally worth the 2/3 cup. Then we're also going to do a half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of baking powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. And then we're also going to use a cup of sugar, which seems like a lot of sugar, but you have to remember that unsweetened cocoa powder is really bitter. So it needs a lot of sweetness in order to bring it up to like a palatable flavor, I'll say. Okay,
You never said now we want to stir it up. You're just stirring.
Okay, now we're gonna stir it up. Then we're going to add our wet ingredients. So we're gonna do 3/4 cup of water, half a cup of vegetable oil, 1 egg. That's another great thing. It doesn't use a lot of eggs, so we're going to conserve, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Ooh. It's a little bit more than a teaspoon, but that's okay. That'll still taste delicious, right? Okay, so then we're gonna whisk this up until we get a really beautiful, fudgy looking cake batter. So we came up with this recipe because my daughters have been very, how do I say, obsessed lately with mug cakes. And as soon as this quarantine started, they convinced me that we had to make mug cakes every night. To drown our sorrows. So we started to do that, but the problem with mug cakes is, for a family of 4, it takes like forever to make 4 mug cakes, and you're having to measure out the ingredients, and then you microwave each one separately. And then by the time the last mug cake is done, the person with the first mug cake is already finished. So this way, everybody's cake will be done at the same time, and then you can all curl up and watch a movie together. Okay, then we are going to transfer it into our little pie plate here. There we go. We have been watching a lot of the Jumanji movies here. So my 13-year-old daughter, she's like really obsessed with the Jumanji films. She saw the second one and forced us all to watch all 3 of them, even the first one with Robin Williams. And now I'm obsessed. I love those movies. I think they are so cute and so clever, and we've been having a lot of fun watching that. So tell me, what have you guys been watching at home? I need to know some good movies that we can watch as a family. Okay, so now this is gonna go in the microwave for about 5 to 8 minutes, depending on the strength of your microwave and what type of vessel you put it in. So if you put it in a shallow vessel like this, it's going to take less time. If you put it in something deeper like a bowl, it's going to take more time. So I would set your microwave for 5 minutes, check it, and then keep doing 1-minute increments until it's springy and cooked through. And then when you take it out of the microwave, this is what it looks like. Now, I like to put a little bit of powdered think I should take the lid off it.
Yeah.
I like to put a little bit of powdered sugar on top of the cake. Don't mind the little divots. That it was just me like poking at it to see if it was done. But nobody's gonna notice that because we're just gonna spoon it in to these little bowls here. You start with the ice cream. I think that's the most important part. To start with the ice cream, okay? Plop that in a little bowl. Then you grab some of this cake and get yourself a nice helping. See, now look at that. See how fluffy it is and how delicious? Oh my, it's so rich and chocolatey. Then you plop the cake right on top of the ice cream so that the warmth from the cake starts to melt the ice cream. And then you can just take this with a spoon over to the sofa and curl up with your favorite movie, and everybody has their cake and ice cream, and it's like the coziest, most delicious thing. Right, Orly?
Yeah.
You want to try it with me?
Yeah,
All
sure.
right.
Why not?
We'll see. We'll see if Orly thinks it's good. Okay, come around here.
Just gonna come stealing. I'm stealing cake from my mom.
It's perfect. Well, we hope you guys give this one a try and let us know what you think. I hope it becomes a new favorite at your house for movie night, and leave us some recommendations, or what are some good movies we can watch as a family. We need some new recommendations. All right, you guys, I'll see you next week. Bye. Thanks, Orly.
You're welcome.